All right, Ramacho's off his rockers, dude. And to be honest, it's the last time I'm going to complain about it, but I got to do it. And this video is inspired by this game that you're watching. I know I'm absolute trash, okay? I know I suck at Overwatch, but just take it easy on me. Take it easy on me. Basically, we're up against an enemy Ramacho. And as you can see by this score, there's only 30 seconds left. We've barely pushed it past the second main point. We were losing pretty badly. And you know, it is what it is. Not a huge deal, but it came on the back after a long time of me wanting to play Ramacha, but not being able to grind during the holidays, and I didn't want to give Blizzard my money, so I don't even have Ramacha unlocked, and I'm getting my ass whooped by this dude punching me straight in the face. So I switched to Reaper, do percent health damage. You know, I can't complain. All I can do is counter and work with my team, which is what we did because I was playing with friends. And this game ended up being pretty good by the end. But it got me thinking, you know, after the Ramacha buff, this guy was becoming meta. He's still locked for me and many other players, especially during the holidays. How is he doing, right? How is my boy doing? And here's the problem. He's doing pretty damn good. And that's not exactly a good thing for a hero that's still locked for many and is behind a paywall or a grind wall. Now, if you were to take some Overwatch statistics, use the competitive PC platform, sort by tank, and then across all skill tiers in the time window of this month, choose the highest win rate, guess who pops up? Ramacha at 52.5%. He is dominating. He is at the top of the win rate leaderboard across all skill tiers. That includes bronze all the way down to grandmaster. Pretty consistently, actually. His stats hold quite strong. He is third in most damage. Sigma and Orisa beat him in the damage per 10 minutes. He comes right after, just barely, but still dominating. Like, top three are almost all the same. He does as much damage as Orisa and Sigma. He's dominant. He is dominating. Now, admittedly, he's not as broken as, let's say, Sojourn during the early days of Overwatch 2, which I know are recent, though the game's not old, but still, it's not that dominant. Don't get me wrong. But if only just powerful enough in which the enemy is playing him and you wanted to play him or you'd like to play him, you feel he's strong, you feel you want to learn him, but you can't. You're gated. You're gated behind something part of the core gameplay. And this all loops back around like a beautiful little circle because counters are still very present in the game. It's just a fact. If Ramacha was picked to counter us, it doesn't feel good. If you need Ramacha in order to counterpick the enemy, it feels even worse. It just feels terrible. Imagine a world right now, hear me out, okay? I don't know why I talk like that, but imagine a world. Roadhog is still as strong as he is right now. He's still dominating. He's still very, very powerful. He's very frustrating to play against. And Ana was locked as a new freaking hero. You couldn't pick Ana. And you either had to buy her grinder, and the people who picked Ana against Roadhog, a meta hero, would dominate. It's not a problem today. It will be a problem tomorrow. It is a fact. I know it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf. Like I keep talking about it. I keep getting mad over it. And I know it doesn't guarantee it'll change anything. But the truth is, we said a lot about skin prices. We called them out for locking it in a bundle. We now got a free skin. They reverted that. They do listen sometimes, okay? It's the truth. Oh my God, balance changes, right? Like, we were so mad that Sojourn didn't get nerfed enough that we got a rapid balance change. It happened. This is a core business change, and this is not about skins. I don't care if you lower or don't lower skin prices, to be honest. You guys need to do it on the business end, see when do sales work, at what point are people happy to buy, monetize your game, and then support it long term, okay? That's a different discussion. That's not my point. My point is gameplay has now been sacrificed. Gameplay has now been tampered with. They have crossed that line. Even if it's just a pinky toe across that line, it's been crossed. Because right now, what is just a toe will tomorrow be a step, and eventually that line will be so far behind us, we no longer notice it. And that is what's going to happen. Because at first, Ramacha was underpowered. I didn't really feel it. And then after that, you know, there's a little bit of a grace period for ranked, the 2 weeks, but then you feel it. Then he gets dropped into rank. You realize his pick rate is still only 1.5%. Guess why? Because people don't own him yet. It's not some sort of, I hate it, because I'm going to get comments today. And when this video is live and you guys are listening to it, I am going to find comments down below who say, you just didn't play enough. Like, just play. Like, just play. That's not a solution. That is not a solution, because like it or not, the vast majority of players who did not purchase Ramacha most likely still do not have Ramacha. and it's just a fact. Also, another little side note, I know most of you won't care, but if you were to sort instead of by the PC platform, the console platform, it's actually worse. Montage seems to be even more dominant on console, but we usually don't talk about, and this is all competitive stats. And while I could use overall stats, the problem with that is like if I'm playing quickly, like right here, I'm playing with my friends, there could be an enemy top 500 mixed with silvers, bronze. There's no real good statistic to go off of, and I think all also includes arcade, so it's gonna skew everything. Like, I don't know, in the month of December there was May Snowballs. May get a higher pick rate. I don't know how the stats work when you include everything, so for the sake of the video I was only using competitive stats across all skill tiers and then also judging individual ones, and man, they don't lie, right? They're straight across the board. His win rate is already pretty high, his pick rate isn't through the roof, and as like 10%, it's way worse. A separate video on that coming, but I digress. That's not the problem. Anna could be strong, Roadhog can be strong, and in my opinion, to me emotionally, just from a pure gamer's perspective, just a pure gamer's opinion, it definitely hurts more with Ramattra because he's in lock. He's still locked behind that grind wall or paywall. And I guess the second thing is, do I feel like complaining might lead to change? Maybe not, but maybe. I feel like if enough people continuously judge Blizzard for it, it's possible. And to be honest, I am on the lookout. The next seasons, when we get new heroes, I am going to be hawk eye on it, because the biggest problem I have is that it will only take one major slip off to just absolutely harm the game. Like, I already feel it got harmed with Ramattra, and he came out weak into moderately strong, not overpowered, moderately strong, and I feel it. I cannot imagine if someone's released as overpowered. You know what I mean? Like if Sojourn was behind a wall or something. It's kind of hard to process, but I feel it will inevitably happen. Like, Blizzard cannot be perfect on the balance, and if they do something bad, we call them out, but we don't eat them alive, because what they have to do is respond with balance changes, right? They have to respond by just fixing it. It's as simple as that. But when it's like in the core mechanic of the monetization and business side of Overwatch, it's pretty concerning. Like, you know what I mean? Like, will they ever just remove it? Will they move the hero even lower in the battle pass? Maybe level 25, level 20? I feel like level 20. That's it. Level 20 for free or by day one. That's how I would do it. That's the only way I would feel okay with it, because level 20 for majority, including casual players, should be achievable before the new hero hits ranked. 45 is not. It's taking people longer to hit 45 than it did 55 before the change, because Blizzard rug pulled us. Separate video. It's just kind of dirty. You know what I mean? It's pretty freaking dirty. That's the only way I can put it. I will say one thing. I am glad that for people who miss Overwatch for a little while, let's say you don't play for 2 to 3 seasons, then return, you most likely won't have a major problem of backlog, because they made unlocking the hero after the season ends pretty easy. Again, a separate video, I went over how to do the hero challenges, and they're easy. You do the hero challenges, you'll get the hero. So if I were to come back after 3 seasons and I need the last 2 heroes quickly unlocked, I do their challenges. It's still time, but it is by far not nearly as brutal as like tier 45 or taking out your wallet.